The Miami Dolphins have been on a roll this season, showcasing an offense that isn't just dynamic but incredibly versatile. In Sunday's 34-19 win over the Las Vegas Raiders, they proved yet again that they're evolving into a team that can win in more ways than one. For a franchise known for its explosive, highlight reel plays, this game was a different kind of masterpiece. It was a statement, a demonstration of how this team has learned to wear opponents down with relentless precision and patience. Consider this: the Dolphins managed 3 drives with at least 14 plays in a single game. That's the same number of such drives they accomplished across all of last season. Even more remarkable, one of those drives spanned 16 plays, the longest since Mike Mcdaniel took over in 2022. These weren't flukes or lucky breaks. They were carefully orchestrated displays of discipline and efficiency, leaving the Raiders' defense gasping for answers as Miami methodically controlled the game. What makes this even more impressive is how Miami adapted to what the defense was giving them. Opposing teams have clearly been scheming to take away the Dolphins' bread-and-butter big plays from stars like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Devon Achane. The thinking seems simple: limit the deep shots, keep everything in front of you, and force the Dolphins to play a slower, more deliberate style. But instead of being frustrated or thrown off their game, Miami has embraced this challenge. They've turned it into an opportunity to prove they're more than just a big play team. Mike McDaniel talked about this adjustment after the game. He explained that with the level of offensive success the Dolphins had last season, defenses were bound to change how they played against them. He pointed out how opposing teams have been rolling out conservative coverages, often too high safety looks designed to prevent explosive plays. For many teams, that kind of adjustment might cause headaches. For Miami, it's just another puzzle to solve. The solution has been a combination of patience, precision, and execution. Tua Tagovailoa has stepped up in a big way, taking what the defense gives him and spreading the ball around to maximize yards after the catch. This shift in strategy has allowed Miami to string together long, mistake-free drives that keep the chains moving and the scoreboard ticking. It's a style of play that wears down defenses over time, forcing them to stay on the field for extended periods while Miami dominates time of possession. In the 6 games Tua has started this season, the Dolphins have already put together 16 drives with at least 10 plays. That's not just a statistic, it's a testament to how this offense has matured. They're showing an ability to sustain drives, stay disciplined, and execute in critical moments. This isn't just about flashy highlights, it's about building a team that can handle adversity and find ways to win when the stakes are high. Looking at where this team is now, it's clear they've learned some hard lessons from last year. In 2023, the Dolphins' offense was electric for most of the season, averaging over 31 points per game through Week 15. But as the season wore on, that spark began to fade. Over the final 3 games, their production dropped significantly, and when they faced Kansas City in the playoffs, they simply couldn't keep up in a 26-7 loss. That experience was a wake-up call, and it's clear McDaniel and his team took it to heart. McDaniel spoke openly about this during the offseason, emphasizing the importance of preparing for high-stakes games and learning how to perform when it matters most. This season, the Dolphins are taking those lessons and turning them into a new identity. They're finding different ways to move the ball, score points, and control games, all with an eye toward being ready for the challenges of postseason football. What's fascinating about this transformation is how it complements the strengths Miami already had. The big plays haven't disappeared. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are still capable of blowing past defenders at any moment. But now, the Dolphins are showing they can win in other ways too. If defenses want to sit back and play it safe, Miami's more than happy to grind out long drives, eating up clock and wearing down their opponents. It's a style that's demoralizing for defenses. Imagine being on the field for 16 plays, fighting tooth and nail to stop an offense that just keeps coming at you. By the time the drive is over, whether it ends in a touchdown or a field goal, the damage is done. The defense is gassed, and the opposing offense has been left on the sideline, watching helplessly as the Dolphins take control of the game. The big question now is how defenses will respond. Do they stick with these conservative coverages and hope Miami eventually makes a mistake? Or do they start taking more risks, knowing full well that opening up the field could mean more big plays for Hill, Waddle, and a chain? Either way, the Dolphins seem ready for whatever comes next. They're playing with a level of confidence and adaptability that makes them incredibly difficult to stop. What's exciting is that it feels like this team is still growing. They're not satisfied with where they are, and they're not content to rely on what worked in the past. Every game, they're finding new ways to challenge themselves and their opponents, pushing the limits of what this offense can do. And as they continue to evolve, one thing is becoming clear: the Miami Dolphins are a team built for the long haul.